These past couple weeks racing with the white car and on our program, we've definitely had some issues going on. And I'm gonna share with you some of the struggles that we've had. I got a couple things set up over on a bench over there I'm gonna show you that we gotta replace on. And maybe we can get back into the racing that we used to do with the white car. We had a big month in June, quite a few races in May, and one of the things that we should probably do every year, considering that we use McLeod ceramic disc clutches instead of using an adjustable, is we probably should replace the clutch every year. So we got a flywheel and a RXT HD twin in the box right there that we're going to be installing today on the white car. So you'll get a chance to see what a 1,000 horsepower clutch looks like that is from the shelf. We've been talking about the RXT McLeod Twin HD for years. My buddy Tyler Garlock makes well over 4 digits and uses the same clutch on a lot of no prep surfaces. Goes through about a 1 a year, and we're about due for that as well. We're not gonna do a whole lot of taking it apart and putting it back together. We'll put you on time lapses for that, but we're gonna show you what it looks like afterwards. I like to do this video once a year when we get into the point to where we need it. I'll let you guys know that I ain't mad at this clutch at all. It's made me a little bit of money on no prep, and we've had a lot of fun with it and went pretty fast with it, so. Okay, so we got it all taken out. Who did I have sign that? I think I had Donald sign that from Liberty. Sweet. Not a bad little setup. We're gonna go ahead and replace the throwout bearing while we're at it. And sometimes when your clutch gets messed up, you know, that's just popping out of that little ball here. This is a adjustable pivot ball. So, like again, we're not spending a whole lot of time. We are going to be replacing the flywheel and the clutch. Don't hit yourself in the head, dude.
I can help you out. Sit here.
I want to hit Paul in the head.
Look at that oil here.
I can sit here and laugh at you.
Right. Look at Darth Vader ass band. What's wrong with you? All right, we got it all out. This is what I like to do, these stupid pans, because these things all leak, so I like putting right stuff on the back side of them. But we got everything out here on the ground. We'll go through and clean what we can tomorrow, just to kind of get the dust off. Speaking of dust, you can see here, there was just a ton of stuff that was falling out of it. I guess it wasn't too bad. And neither was the clutch, to be honest with you, but this had been in over a year, maybe 100 or so, 150 passes on it. So it was definitely due. We're gonna be putting a lightened flywheel in. We're gonna be weighing those here in a minute on the channel. Yeah, it was definitely getting pretty thin there. A little bit beat up. Did what it had to do though, didn't it, Cousin Paul? Still worked. Chunks of clutch are falling out. Watch that one pin. Oh. What fell out? What keeps falling out?
Whatever that is.
Look at the edge.
Yeah, look, Dan. It goes right there.
It's still rolling.
It's still going down the track.
Yeah, there was definitely some clutch stuff falling out. Look at this. Flywheel, Yahtzee. It's okay. All right. So we got a flywheel that we got from McLeod, lightened flywheel. So we're going to be installing this one today. The nice thing about what I like about McLeod is it has removable weights. And I've talked about this before in some of the other. This is where weights go on the McLeod flywheel right here. So it's a very specific way, and this gets clocked a certain way. So this is... So we got it all torqued in. 85, 90 foot-pounds with we got new McLeod ARP flywheel bolts. Nice little Blanchard cut. It should wear in pretty fast. That's a new material. See how this works and wears in. You got to line these 3 up. Got some new hardware. This is a little bit of a different design. They must have upgraded like the pad materials and some of the hardware. It looks like a little more beefier. But when I took my old one back out, like these fingers were a little more protruded and not as flat as this. Maybe the pressure plate in the springs just started giving up a little bit. It did have a lot of passes in it and some good street miles. At some points things wear out. Definitely looks a little bit different than the old one. Time to get back up in the car. We got it all installed. Everything's nice and torqued. Now we're working on the clutch. Ready to set the clutch and, you know, kind of wear it in or whatever. All right, clutch is in, ready to go. So how I wear a clutch in is I'll go through heat cycles. All I'm trying to do is get the actual clutch hopped. Just going through like 1, 2, 3, taking it easy. Not trying to kill it. So like I said, I'll do this like 5 times and then I'll apply power to it a little bit. My little area neighborhood that I have has a bunch of stop signs, so it's perfect for this, you know, clutch, no clutch, clutch, no clutch. See, I know a lot of people talk about mileage on a clutch, but on a performance clutch, you're not going to get a whole lot of lifetime on it to begin with. So getting it kind of wore in best you can with the heat cycles versus doing a mileage thing, it's different. So all I'm trying to do is get the motor up the temperature a little bit, get a little heat in the clutch, let it cool for an hour, and then I'll go do the same thing over again. Just go back and forth between my neighborhood. So you may do something a little bit different. If it tells you to do 500 miles, they probably already assumed at 500 miles you've done this 10 or so heat cycles or so, you know what I mean? So give it a little bit of heat, and then we'll call it a video. Okay, so I think we're pretty much ready to go. We got a nice clutch reinstall. Got an RXT 1200 in here. Guys, the clutch isn't all that difficult to install. It's one of the best clutches that I've ever used in all of my cars, and we use it in my black car too. It makes 400 wheel. I mean, it used to make a lot more power on that, but nonetheless, it's still a good clutch, especially if you plan on growing into your power on your car, like maybe making more horsepower down the road. You don't want to take your transmission out or whatever. It's the perfect type of clutch to do that, to where you could add a turbo or supercharger or nitrous later and not really worry about your clutch being able to hold it. A little bit of problems we've had the last couple weeks. I think this clutch has been slipping for a while. It's got new material on it, so I'll be excited to check out the new RXT because that's definitely a different design than we had in. We're gonna get some fuel in it. We'll make a couple more heat cycles and we'll get it loaded in the trailer. Just wanted to update you on the channel, what was going on. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Check out that join button, become a channel member. We got some merch on neomustangs.com. Same shirt I got going on right here. But outside of that, I appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you soon in the next video. Try to get this car back on the winning circle.